Hello, today we have 3 unsolved chilling cases and a bonus that changed the law of an entire state. First, we will dive into this horrifying case. A young woman found burned alive, gasoline or petrol poured down her throat and ignited in an effort to silence her. She lived just long enough to say the name of her killer, but the mystery of who did it and why remains unsolved to this day. What really happened to her? You'll have to stick around and find out. Next, we will take a look at the worst place ever, a place where some of the most gruesome crimes have taken place. Farmers have been murdered and travelers have gone missing. The evil that exists in this forest is truly chilling. We also look at the killer who, after butchering a family, went ahead to take a nap and a dump at the victim's house. A small town was shaken to its core when the brutal killing spree took place. The senseless violence and the shocking revelations surrounding this case still haunt those who knew the victims. Finally, we have a bonus. We will uncover the mystery surrounding the case that even changed the law of the whole state. This young man went missing, and to this day, no one knows what happened to him. Despite numerous searches and investigations, his fate remains unknown. Will we finally get some answers? So grab a snack, sit back, and get ready to be taken on a journey through some of the most insane true crime cases. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more chilling true crime content. Let's get started. Welcome to Crime Bistro. I'm your host Fidelis, and I am excited to share with you the latest and greatest in true crime content. The burning mystery of Jessica Chambers. Welcome to this episode, where we delve into mysterious and haunting crimes that still remain mystery to this day. And today, we are talking about the burning mystery of Jessica Chambers. On December 6, 2014, a 19-year-old Jessica Chambers was found burning next to a car in Cortland, Mississippi. She suffered burns on almost every part of her body, apart from the bottom of her feet that she was using to stand up. When first responders arrived, they tried to ask her what happened, but all she could say was Eric or Derek. But who is Eric or Derek? And what led to Jessica being set on fire in the woods? Let's take a closer look. Jessica was last seen alive at a gas station where she put $14 worth of gas in a car instead of the usual $5. Location data from her phone showed that she went to nearby Batesville before returning to Cortland. At 7:30 p.m., she drove to the area where she was later found on fire. Her keys and cell phone were found near the crime scene. But who could have done this to her? Authorities questioned everyone in the area with the name Eric or Derek, but they were all ruled out. Her boyfriend, Travis Sanford, was also questioned and ruled out as he was in jail at the time. However, in February 2016, Quinton Tellis was indicted on a capital murder charge in Jessica's murder. He had known her for a few weeks, and they were allegedly romantically involved. He was also the last person who texted her before her death. But what really happened that fateful night? Quinton changed his story about the day of Jessica's murder several times. At first, he claimed to have only been with her in that morning, but location data from her cell phone showed that they were together until around 7:30 p.m. When questioned about this, he changed his story, saying that he was with her until around 7 p.m. But his friend said that he was at a football game in Nashville. When authorities checked, his alibi was disproven. So, what did he say next? Quinton then claimed that Jessica picked him up that night and they went to a Taco Bell in Batesville. He said they went back to his house and sat in his driveway, listening to music. He claimed that she left at 7 p.m. But the location data from her cell phone and surveillance video from a gas station near Quinton's home indicated that she left at 7:30 p.m. and drove to the area where she was later found on fire. A sample of Quinton's DNA was taken, which was found to match the DNA taken from Jessica's car. In October 2017, Quinton went to trial for Jessica's murder. After almost 10 hours of deliberation, the jury could not reach a verdict and a mistrial was declared. In the next trial, after 10 hours of deliberation, The judge once again declared a mistrial with the jury showing a 6-6 guilty not guilty split. So, what really happened? If you want to see more of this case and in detail, please comment below and make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be the first to know once I post. The Dark Forest. Today, we are going to take you on a journey to the heart of Nigeria, where a mystery that has been shrouded in darkness for years has finally been uncovered. Imagine a dense forest, filled with all tall trees and shadows, and suddenly a horrific discovery is made. A group of motorcycle and taxi drivers found an old building that was being used for the most horrific and evil activities. The building was called the Ibadan House of Horror and was located in the Soka Forest of Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The discovery was made after one of the drivers went missing and the others went in search of him. What they found was beyond anyone's worst nightmare. In the building, they found 8 survivors who were rescued, but they were in terrible state. They were disheveled, emaciated, and in the brink of death. As they investigated further, they found numerous body parts and decomposing bodies in the surrounding area. It was believed that the activities that were taking place in the forest were coordinated by kidnappers and ritualists who were patronized by wealthy Nigerians and politicians. The horror of the Soka Forest along the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road was finally revealed to the world. People were being kidnapped, kept in 40-foot containers in the forest, where they were subject to torture, starvation, and murder. One of the survivors told a tale of being forced to eat feces mixed with gari. Gari is a popular Nigerian dish. Another survivor said that they were forced to become cannibals and feed on dead human parts. The women who were also detained in the forest had some of the most devastating experiences of all. They were forced to sleep with their male counterparts, and then, after becoming pregnant, they were forced to watch their babies as they were taken away from them, pounded in a wooden pot, and murdered. When correspondents visited the forest, they saw 2 human skulls, limbs, bones, and human hair, and dry blood littered in the area. Although the police were stationed near the scene, the forest was not cordoned off, and visitors were free to go in and go out of the area, uttering a major crime scene that could have helped forensic investigators unravel the mystery behind the deaths and many missing persons in the country. The police discovered the horror of Soka Forest while investigating a case of 2 missing men. The police were also shocked to see an abandoned building in the forest where people were being hostage. The police arrested one man who confessed that he was employed to look after the kidnapped victims. The victims were taken to the Adeoyo Hospital, where they were found to be malnourished and looking like living skeletons. The story of the Ibadan House of Horror is a chilling reminder of the evil that exists in this world. But it is also a story of hope and survival. Some of the victims survived their ordeal and were rescued, and their stories serve as a reminder to never give up hope and to always believe that there is a way out. I hope you enjoyed this thrilling and suspenseful journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting episodes. And remember, always keep your eyes and ears open because you never know what mystery is waiting to be uncovered. The Satagaya Family Murders. On the night of December 30th, 2000, a tragedy struck the Setagaya neighborhood in Tokyo. The Miyazawa family, a husband, wife, and their 2 young children, were brutally murdered in their own home. The killer was so vicious that the police were able to gather a surprising amount of evidence, including the killer's clothing, fingerprints, and even what he ate before the attack. But who could this monster be, and why did he commit such a heinous crime? Let's find out. Sometime after 11 p.m. on December 30th, 2000, Mikio Miyazawa and his wife Yasuko and their 2 children Nina and Rei were killed by an unknown intruder. The attack was so fierce that the police were left shocked. Let me try to explain. The killer breaks into the Miyazawa home. His knife is in his hand. He starts stabbing Mikio, but his knife breaks. So, He grabs one of the kitchen knives and stabs Yasuko and Nina. The killer continues to wreak havoc in the home, strangling Rei and rummaging through the house. The next morning, Yasuko's mother found the bodies and called the police. What they discovered was a crime scene filled with evidence, including the killer's clothing, fingerprints, and even his feces. The police arrived at the Miyazawa home and started the investigation. They found a grey crusher hat, a basketball shirt drenched in blood, a cheap plaid scarf, a jacket, black gloves, and even 2 black handkerchiefs that the killer used to cover his face. They also found an open first aid kit and sanitary napkins soaked in the killer's blood, indicating that he might have hurt himself during the attack. But who could this monster be? The police believe that the killer is likely not a Japanese citizen, based on several factors. For example, his DNA indicates that he was both Asian and of European ancestry, and the size of his shoes was not sold in Japan. They also believe that he is between the ages of 15 and 35, and around 5 feet 6 inches tall, and has type A blood. The police are working hard to solve this case to date, analyzing the evidence and speaking to potential witnesses. They also released a 3D video of the Miyazawa home and the surrounding area, hoping to attract more information. Despite their efforts, the killer has never been caught, and the Setagaya family murders remain to be one of the most mysterious and heartbreaking cases in the Japanese history. And that is the story of the Setagaya family murders. A crime so brutal and senseless that it still haunts us to this day. The police are still working on the case and hope to bring the killer to justice one day. And now, for the bonus. The case of Brandon Swanson. Today we are going to talk about one of the most mysterious disappearances in the history of Minnesota. The story of Brandon Swanson, an 18-year-old college student who vanished without a trace. Brandon was a typical 19-year-old student. He was a student at the Minnesota West Community and Technical College. On the night of May 14th to 8th, he attended a couple of local gatherings with friends to celebrate the end of the school year. He did not seem drunk, but he made a decision to drive through the rural farming roads instead of the direct route home. Unfortunately, that decision led him to get into a car accident. He got his car stuck in a ditch near a farming field and had to call his parents for help. They stayed on the phone with him as they tried to find him. Brian tried to walk back to his friend's house in Lind, but as he was walking, he shouted, "Oh shit!" before the call dropped. His parents called him back, but his phone went straight to voicemail. They searched the rural area with the help of his friends, but they couldn't find him. The next morning, they reported him missing to the police. The police searched the area around Porter, where the last call was triangulated, and found his green Chevy Lumina sedan stuck in a ditch. But there was no sign of Brandon. The search for Brandon began. The canine unit led the officers to the Yellow Medicine River, but there was no personal property or clothing belonging to him found on the route. The search went on for 3 weeks, but there was no sign of him. He had simply vanished into the rural farmland and backroads of Minnesota. What happened to Brandon Swanson? Did he run away, or did something more sinister happen to him? Join us in the next episode as we dive deeper into the investigation and try to uncover the truth behind the mysterious disappearance of Brandon Swanson. So please comment below if you want us to cover more on these cases that we have talked about today, and I will personally reply to your comment. Also, please subscribe so that you can receive the notifications once I post the videos. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode and want to stay up to date with more exciting and informative content, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified of our latest videos. Your support means the world to us, and we can't wait to bring you more amazing content in the future. Don't forget to leave a like and share this video with your friends and family. Who knows, they might just become our next subscriber. See you in the next one.